Okay, for this recording, I'm going to show you how to set up a virtual gallery, or at least a few gallery walls, and then put your images on the walls as pictures. You can, of course, put your sculptural objects in there as well, but we're just going to worry about images for the moment. So here in Maya, I just have a new scene. So I'm going to create some gallery walls, and under Create Polygon Primitives, make sure that your interactive creation is checkboxed so that we can make these walls quickly. Okay, so that's Create Polygon Primitives Interactive Creation. So now on my poly modeling shelf, I can just grab the box and then drag for one gallery wall, then drag upward right there. And I guess I can make another one the same way, or I could just duplicate this one. Either one's fine. I'll just make another one. I'll just drag upward. So now I've got a corner right there. Make sure they intersect there. Okay, so now the idea is that I want to hang a picture on the wall. So for the picture, I'm just going to make, I can either use a plane here, or I can use the box again. I generally like to use these boxes. So I'll just say the picture is going to be about that big. And now I have to get my image on there. All right, let's move this wall back a little bit. Okay, so I want to get my image on there. So I am going to give it a color, or give it a texture rather, material. So I'm going to right click on it, and I'm going to say assign new material. This is on the picture frame. And I'm going to give it a Lambert because I don't want any reflectivity. And now in the attribute editor that opens up, generally your color window opens right here, are colored a bunch of other attributes. Instead of giving it a color, you're going to click this little flag symbol right here. Click that, and that will then say the color can be one of these things, and we're going to pick File. So now that you've done that, it gives you a file browser. And you click on the File folder right here, and then you browse for your image. So let's see. I'm going to pick this one. And that image is actually on there right now, but we can't see it yet until I hit my number 7 key, or 6 key rather, I'm sorry, 6 key on the keyboard. 7's fully lit, 6 is showing full color. Now you can see my image is on there, but you'll see that here's the sample of my image. It looks like an eyeball, but I'm only seeing part of it here. So that's the kind of the tricky part, is to get it so it maps onto your plane or your box exactly as you want it. So the fastest way to do that is to look at your box directly from the top of it. Now I can just angle my camera like this if I want. I'm looking at it from the top. If you want to do it exactly, you can hit your space bar, giving you 4 views, and then hit the top view right here, space bar that. I'll hit my 6 key again. And now we're absolutely looking at it from the top down. So if you want to be absolute about it, this is the best way to do it, is just get a top view. So I'm now going to select it, and I'm going to go to my modeling menu here on the upper left, right there, modeling. And here I can set the UVs. Now the UVs is how it maps images onto your model. And I'm just going to say camera base, because that's going to project it like a slide projector. And now there it is. I'm going to go back to object mode. It takes you out of object mode for some reason. So now I've got my exact image exactly the way I loaded it in. There's my eyeball. So it does it like a slide projector. So it's the kind of the fastest way. I'm going to go back to my 3D view here, my perspective view. It's kind of the fastest way to get your image to map on there correctly. Now, if your plane needs to be, if you have to change the size of it because the dimensions are wrong, you can do that, and then you can UV map it again and just keep, say, UV camera based. And make sure that you're looking straight at it. And it maps it on the way you look at it. So now I can take this and put it up 90 degrees and then hang it on the wall. Right there. Okay, and if I want to then put another one next to it, same idea. I'm just going to make a new box right here. And say assign new material. Make it a Lambert. On the color, go to the flag. Give it a file, which then becomes a browser window. And then browse for your next image. So there's my next image. Again, I'm only seeing a little part of it again. So this time I'm just going to look at it. I'll be in the perspective view, and I can get pretty close this way. It is better to do it from the top view, but I can show you can do it either way. I'm going to click it and say UV camera based, and that's my full image. Go back to object mode. So there's my image. And I will then hang that on the wall by turning it upright and then flipping it this direction. Don't want it to make it crooked. And put it on the wall here. Kind of have it a little bit off. There we go. And this is how you can virtually hang your exhibition on gallery walls. And of course you can make as many gallery walls as you wish, but this way you can see what your images will look like juxtaposed next to each other, and you can curate your show like this. Okay, that is it.